I'm proud to be serving under Elder Maxon. I had enough alliance in his foolish ways.
You look like you've been through the ringer, Paladin. Can't say that I blame you. That was a hell of a business with Dance. Can't even imagine having to look him in the face and pull the trigger.
If we're gonna defeat the Institute, we can't allow personal feelings to interfere with our mission.
Spoken like a true disciple of Maxon. Anyway, we need to move on to more important things now. Like getting Liberty Prime off of life support. We've been feeding him power through the Pridwin's engines, but there isn't nearly enough juice to cold start his fusion reactor. That's why we need you to find us a beryllium agitator.
And I'm betting you know right where to find it.
Of course I do. I didn't become head of ship maintenance just because of my good looks, you know? Quinlan dug up some dirt on a company called Mass Fusion. They were a power utility company before the world went belly up. The CEO was some kind of an inventor. Dreamed up all sorts of nuclear power toys. The agitator was his crown jewel. Records show he was working on it in his lab at the top of their high-rise in the financial district. That's where we're headed. Hope you don't mind a little company, because I'm coming with you.
Why would you want to go?
Are you kidding me? Mass fusion was on the cutting edge of atomic technology. And considering there hasn't been much in the way of engineering advancements lately, that makes it a goddamn gold mine. I'm not gonna miss an opportunity like that.
It would be helpful if you tagged along.
I knew you'd see it my way. Kells has a vertibird on standby, waiting to drop us off on the roof of the Mass Fusion Tower. Grab whatever gear you need and meet me on the flight deck. But don't take too long. If the Institute finds out the agitator's there, they'll do everything they can to keep it out of our hands.
I'm pleased to see Maxon's promoted you to Paladin. You deserve it.
Levels are spiking. You may want to have a doctor take a look.
I heard you hunted down Paladin Dance.
Roger that, Scabbard. We have clearance for release. You might want to hang on, sir. The drop can be a little rough.
Never could get used to flying in these things.
Prepare to engage.
Damn synths, they're crawling all over the place. Get them out before we drop. The agitator anywhere. It must have been moved. Let's check out that terminal over there.
Sweet.
always drop through here. Might not be as cushy as an elevator ride, but at least we'll be headed in the right direction. What was that? Pulling weapons pulled.
Was in error. No enemy detected.
Attacking human.
Sensor anomaly detected. Whatever you are, I know please you are still out there.
Something's out there.
Alone?
You must be terrified.
What was that?
Proctor.
This building's a mess. I hope the agitator's still here. There it is. Mass fusion's reactor. Don't make them like that anymore.
Nice.
Radiation levels are dangerously high in there. Let me know if you need any radiation protection. I'll communicate with you through their intercom system, while I monitor everything from out here.
Downcycling airlock. Please wait. Initiating decontamination sequence. Decontamination complete. You may proceed.
The beryllium agitator should be in a port at the top of the reactor.
Alert
Ingram?
This place has seen better days, that's for sure.
Power's out.
Victoria.
I have some important work to do, if you'll excuse me.
I was able to keep the Institute from getting their hands on the beryllium agitator.
Glad to see you're still in one piece.
What ended up happening at Mass Fusion?
Thanks to your help, our forces managed to take the building with very little resistance from the synths. We've posted a garrison there, and they'll keep the place under guard for the time being. Anyway, we shouldn't stand around here talking. We've got a lot of work to do. Well, this is it. Moment of truth. We've pre-programmed Liberty Prime's battle coordinates into his navigational processor. As soon as he's under his own power, he'll head straight for the Institute. Elder Maxon wants you to follow, and make sure he arrives at the CIT in one piece. I've checked every wire and every bolt on the big guy. All we need to do is plug in the agitator, start Prime's reactor, and cross our fingers.
If this works, how long before Liberty Prime will be ready for battle?
The reaction should be almost instant. He'll be running under his own power in a matter of seconds. Look, I discussed it with Elder Maxon, and we think you should be the one who has the honor of starting Liberty Prime. Just plug the beryllium agitator into his reactor port, then head back down here and press the transfer button. Good luck, Paladin. Ad Victoriam.
We really should just stay out of each other's way.
Excuse me, Dr. Lee?
Look, I'm really busy, and I'm not in the mood for talking.
Fusion core reinitialized. Liberty Prime. Full system analysis. All systems nominal. Weapons hot. Mission: destruction of any and all Chinese communists. Probability of Chinese victory: impossible.
Ad Victoriam!
Proceeding to target coordinates.
Get him, Prime!
Freedom
Goodbye, Institute.
is the sovereign right
Brotherhood.
of every American.
Call out.
Democracy is non-negotiable.
Proctor Ingram?
Keep those synths off of Prime. He needs to punch through.
Look, I'm really busy, and I'm not in the mood for talking.
Scanners operating at 100% effectiveness. Efficiency. Enemy presence detected. Attack imminent. Global position. initialized. Location: